Heart of the Shore, Episode 6, The People Showing Up for Monmouth County, Monmouth ACTS, Code Blue Warming Centers, and Where Families Find Food. Welcome back to Heart of the Shore. I'm your host from Love of Humanity, and today we're doing something a little different. Instead of focusing on a policy or program at the state or federal level, we're going hyperlocal. We're talking about the network of people, organizations, and county systems right here in Monmouth County that show up when things get hard. Because here's what I've come to believe. The most important safety net isn't in Trenton or Washington. It's your neighbor who knows who to call. It's the church basement that stays open on a cold night. It's the food pantry that doesn't ask questions, and the county hotline that actually picks up. That's what we're covering today. We're going to walk through three things: Monmouth ACTS, the network that connects residents to services across the county; the Code Blue Warming Center system that keeps people safe when temperatures drop; and the food resources in Monmouth County that families can turn to right now, including Fulfill NJ and Lunch Break in Red Bank. And as always, save this episode, bookmark it, share it, because knowing this information before you need it is the whole point. Let's start with Monmouth ACTS. What is Monmouth ACTS? Monmouth ACTS stands for Assisting Community Through Services. It's a partnership between Monmouth County government and a network of local nonprofit organizations. The county describes it as the first of its kind in New Jersey, and honestly, after looking at how it works, I believe them. Most counties have social services. What Monmouth ACTS built was something more like a coordinated referral ecosystem. The idea is straightforward. When someone calls Monmouth ACTS, they're not just getting a phone number to call next, they're getting a person who understands the full landscape of services in the county and can connect them to the right place, whether that's mental health care, addiction support, housing assistance, child care help, transportation help, or something else entirely. The phone number is 732-683-8959. They're available Monday through Friday, 8:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. You can also reach them by email at monmouth-acts@co.monmouth.nj.us. What I want you to understand about Monmouth ACTS is that it's specifically designed for the moments when you don't know what you need, or you know what you need, but you don't know where to get it. It's a navigation tool. The people who answer that phone have been trained to listen and to connect. You don't have to have your situation figured out before you call. What Monmouth ACTS can help you access. Through the Monmouth ACTS network, residents can be connected to a wide range of services. Let me walk through a few of the most important ones. Mental health and crisis support. If you or someone you know is in a mental health crisis, you can call or text 988. That's the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Monmouth ACTS also connects people to local mental health resources and case management. Addiction support and treatment referrals. Substance use disorder is one of the most common reasons families end up in crisis, and it's one of the least talked about. Monmouth ACTS can help navigate the path to treatment.
Housing. If you're at risk of losing your housing or already experiencing homelessness, Monmouth ACTS can connect you to the New Jersey Homeless Hotline, which you can reach through 211 or by calling 1-877-652-1148. They work with local shelters and can help coordinate emergency placement. Energy assistance. Monmouth ACTS lists LIHEAP, which is the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, as a resource they connect people to. The LIHEAP hotline is 1-800-510-3102. We covered LIHEAP in depth in our last episode, episode 5, so if you haven't heard it, go back and listen. That one could save your family thousands of dollars this year. Domestic violence support. Through Monmouth ACTS, residents can be connected to 180 Turning Lives Around. Their 24-hour hotline is 1-888-843-9262. If you or someone you know is in a dangerous situation, please call. Everything is confidential. Utility shares. The NJ Shares program, which helps with utility bill assistance for households that don't qualify for other programs, can be reached at 866-657-4273. The point of all of this is that Monmouth ACTS is the on-ramp. You don't need to know which specific program you need. You call, and they help you figure it out together. Code Blue, when the cold becomes an emergency. New Jersey's Code Blue system is one of the most important and least known cold weather safety systems in the state. Here's how it works. When the National Weather Service forecasts temperatures at or below 25 degrees Fahrenheit overnight, counties and municipalities activate Code Blue, which means emergency warming shelters open their doors. No ID required, no sobriety test, you just need to come in out of the cold. In Monmouth County, the network of warming centers includes a range of locations. Let me name a few. Hope and Comfort Center in Red Bank, Trinity Episcopal Church in Asbury Park, the Feast Inn J, which operates the Women's Heartwarming Center in Red Bank, Mercy Center in Asbury Park. These aren't permanent shelters. They open on Code Blue nights, which means the system is activated by weather, not by the calendar. That's why it's important to know about it before you need it, not the morning after the temperature drops. If you or someone you know needs help finding a warming center on a Code Blue night, the single most important number is 211. Call it from any phone in New Jersey, anytime, any day. The operators at 211 have real-time information on which warming centers are open. You can also text your zip code to 898989 or visit nj211.org for a shelter finder. The NJ Homeless Hotline, also reachable through 211, coordinates emergency placement. If someone is outside and refusing to come in, Monmouth County also has outreach workers who can try to make contact. Monmouth ACTS can help coordinate that as well. One thing I want to say clearly, Code Blue is not just for people experiencing long-term homelessness. It's for anyone who, for any reason, is unsafe in the cold that night. A power outage, a domestic situation, a car that broke down. No questions asked. After a long winter, warming centers close, but the people who staff them don't stop caring. Many of these organizations operate year-round with food, counseling, case management, and community support. Getting connected to them through a Code Blue night can be the beginning of a longer relationship that helps someone get stabilized.
Let's talk about food. Food insecurity in Monmouth County is more common than most people realize. The county has significant wealth concentrated in certain areas, but it also has zip codes where a substantial percentage of households struggle to afford consistent, nutritious meals. Climate stress and rising grocery prices have made this worse over the last few years. Two organizations anchor the food access network in Monmouth County. Fulfill NJ. Fulfill NJ is the regional food bank serving Monmouth and Ocean counties. They are one of the largest food banks in New Jersey, distributing tens of millions of pounds of food every year to a network of partner pantries, soup kitchens, and community programs across both counties. If you are a family that needs food right now, the best way to find a Fulfill NJ pantry near you is to call 211 or visit the Fulfill NJ website, fulfillnj.org. They have a pantry finder tool. You enter your zip code and it shows you nearby locations, hours, and any requirements like ID or proof that you live in the service area. One important thing to know, many pantries have different requirements and hours. Some are appointment-based, some are walk-in. Some require a photo ID or proof that you live in the service area. Some don't require anything at all. The Fulfill NJ Pantry Finder will tell you what to expect before you go, so you're not turned away because you didn't know to bring something. Lunch Break in Red Bank. Lunch Break is one of Monmouth County's most beloved community institutions. Located at 121 Drs. James Parker Boulevard in Red Bank, they serve anyone who needs a meal without cost and without judgment. What makes Lunch Break remarkable is the breadth of what they do. Yes, they serve hot meals, and they do it with dignity. Not as a soup kitchen in the shadow of a church basement, but as a welcoming community space. They also operate a food pantry, a clothing boutique called the Resale Shop that funds their programs, an emergency cupboard for crisis food needs, and a range of social services, including help with housing, job training, and financial assistance for utilities. They're not just feeding people, they're helping people get stable. Their philosophy is that everyone who comes through their door is a neighbor, and neighbors help neighbors. If you want to volunteer, donate, or access services at Lunch Break, you can reach them at their Red Bank location or through their website. Lunch Break does extraordinary work on a community-supported budget. Every dollar and every volunteer hour matters. The New Jersey State Basic Needs Hub. I also want to mention a resource that too few people know about. The New Jersey state government operates a Basic Needs Hub at nj.gov/basic needs. Under the Food section, there's a page specifically called Get Food This Week, and it lists food resources by county, including Monmouth. It's kept reasonably current, and it includes both large organizations like Fulfill NJ and Lunch Break, as well as smaller local pantries. If you're not sure where to start, nj.gov/basic needs is a good first stop. The state has invested in making this information accessible because they know people in crisis don't always have time to search through 20 different websites. Connecting it all together, what Love of Humanity does. At Love of Humanity, our mission is climate-resilient food and energy for vulnerable families. Everything we've talked about today touches that mission.
Energy instability and food insecurity are deeply connected. When your heat goes out, your food safety is compromised. When your utility bill is unmanageable, grocery money disappears. When a family is navigating a domestic crisis or a mental health emergency, everything else, food, warmth, housing, becomes fragile at the same time. That's why we believe in the network. Not just programs, but the people and organizations who knit those programs together for real families in real moments of need. Monmouth ACTS is the connector. Code Blue is the emergency response. Fulfill NJ and Lunch Break are the daily anchors. And Love of Humanity is trying to build something that strengthens this whole ecosystem through community education, direct service navigation, and advocacy for the kinds of infrastructure investments that make these programs more reliable. If you want to get involved, donate, or refer someone, visit us at lovehumanity.charity. If you're a family in need, call 211 first. They will help you find what you need faster than any single organization can on its own. How to take action right now. Let me end with the list. Keep these numbers somewhere easy to find. 211, the most important number in this episode. Food, heat, shelter, crisis support. This is where you start. 732-683-8959. Monmouth ACTS. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. The county's navigation hub for social services. 988, Mental Health and Crisis Lifeline. Call or text 24 hours. 1-888-843-9262. 180, Turning Lives Around. Domestic violence support. Confidential, 24 hours. 1-800-510-3102. LIHEAP, Energy Assistance Application Line. 866-657-4273. NJ Shares, Utility Assistance. Fulfill NJ, fulfillnj.org, Food Pantry Finder for Monmouth and Ocean Counties. Lunch Break, 121 Drs. James Parker Boulevard, Red Bank. Hot Meals, Food Pantry, Emergency Support. Save this episode. Share it. You might not need any of these resources right now, but you probably know someone who does. Thank you for listening to Heart of the Shore. This is Love of Humanity, and we'll see you next time.